But our model going forward now is to acquire low price, distressed, good value assets, bolt them together. They have to be boltable together. If you can't bolt them together, they have to have reasonably substantial revenue. So we do not want assets that have no revenue. And then if we put some of them together, our plan would be either have them profitable day one or make them profitable. And that's the model we've done and done very successfully over the years.
Hello, you're watching Proactive. Joining me is European Green Transition co-founder Carl Friel. Carl, great news this morning from EGT. You're now stepping into the non-executive chairman role at the company. Tell us more.
Stephen, good to talk to you again. Yeah, look, we IPO'd European Green in April of last year. At that time, I already had a couple of other commitments, including being the reasonably hands-on chairman and co-founder of hVivo. And it was my intention to step down later last year on hVivo, but having been there almost 8 years, there was a deal we were targeting, a German transaction, CRS, very attractive. So I extended my tenure a bit longer than expected. We managed to acquire that German business, which is massively valuable. We got it at a fraction of its true price. We only paid 10 million. So that now has hVivo in very safe hands, very safe territory. So that allowed me now to basically announce I'm not going forward for a re-election in hVivo after 8 years. So it's my turn now. I'm going to step up to non-exec chairman of European Green with more or less immediate effect.
Tell us your thoughts about EGT's progression to date and what types of deals is the company looking to secure?
Yeah, EGT would be my fifth IPO. And I've been doing these for quite 10, 12 years, trying to do one IPO every 2 or 3 years. And on all prior IPOs, particularly in Amryt Pharma and particularly in hVivo, formerly called Open Orphan, we did them on an M&A strategy. We would not look for good value assets or even better distressed assets. So that's how we built Amryt, and that's how we built Open Orphan, hVivo. And in both instances, now it depends when you bought the shares have come back in. Amryt got bought out completely. Open Orphan, hVivo do move up. Sometimes they double, sometimes they halve. But that's why I say people invest in small cap companies. We all invest. I spend a lot of time investing in small. It's to get 2 or 3 or 4x. We'll never get that from the Pfizers, but or the big pharma or the big like Facebooks, Googles, whatever. You get 10, 15% constantly. So I think we target the market people who want to get a possibility of 2 or 3x. That's what we did do. We got a multiple of that in Amryt. We delivered a multiple of that in hVivo, even as slightly depressed price today. We did do the IP at 5p 4 or 5 years ago, and the share price is still 16p, so that's still a good 3x. It had been up to 48p at its peak, and it stayed around 29, 30p last year when I exited. So small cap allows you to get that. So that's the track and the plan we have for EGT. And I emphasize we're not suggesting people to buy them for a 5 or 10x compound. We're suggesting people who want to look at EGT, look at our track record. Shares do go up, shares do go down, but it's basically, can we really deliver substantial value? And where that would be is distressed. The current shakeout in the market, yes, it's been terrible for us all, share prices, but it does mean the current shakeout has limited the amount of money that's in the market. We are good. EGT has the vast bulk. We raised 6.5 million in April last year. The vast bulk of that is there. We spent a small amount on the mining asset, which is rare earths, and now suddenly compliments to Mr. Trump. The whole world knows what rare earths are. We did indicate to the market the plan would be to monetize those rare earth assets in Sweden through either a deal with a large company or an out licensing deal. So that is still work in progress. It is good news that the world knows extensively with rare earths and there's a lot of interest in them. But our model going forward now is to acquire low price, distressed, good value assets, bolt them together. They have to be boltable together. If you can't bolt them together, they have to have reasonably substantial revenue. So we do not want assets that have no revenue. And then if we put some of them together, our plan would be either have them profitable day one or make them profitable. And that's the model we've done and done very successfully over the years. Can't promise it'll complete deliver, but I'm going to roll up my sleeves and say I'm going to get a lot more involved now in EGT. It's going to be a big focus of my attention. See, can we drive it upwards and onwards? And look, being honest with you, difficult markets like this, we like them because if the markets are flying, it's hard to get the opportunities. And I'm very optimistic. I think as we get through the summer, there'll be a lot more clarity in the public markets. I think our friend Trump may finally stick to one plan. The public markets wants consistency and less surprises. So I think over the coming weeks and months, you'll see the markets coming back and moving forward quite nicely.
Carl, what should we expect from EGT going forward?
Yeah, EGT's focus will basically have a focus for 20 years in M&A. So it will be M&A focused. We have a portfolio of assets at the moment. We will be monetizing and working those. I say since the IPO, we only spent a small less than 10% on our mining assets. So we have a decent amount of that 6.5 million that we raised still in our bank account. So it'll be basically, and we're not going to build up we only have less than just 3 staff. So again, we like keeping the overhead small. So the focus will be assets that we can bolt on, focus the assets that will be distressed in the green economy, but also assets not necessarily in the broader economy where I'm the largest shareholder. I have nearly 20% of the company and intend maintaining that. I always like being the largest shareholder in older companies we're trying to develop. And I think I'll be taking care of the cash. Shareholders' cash, I'm the largest, it's like mine. We'll be very careful of it. And the fact that we look for things where we can get a 2, 3, or 4x uplift over the 24 months period.
Well, Carl, I hope we'll be speaking to you more in your new role at EGT. Thank you very much for the update today.
Stephen, thank you very much and look forward to keeping in touch with progress.
That's European Green Transition co-founder and now non-executive chairman, Carl Friel.